we had that little bit of snow that just kind of came down. We don't have that tonight. In fact, we've got a mainly clear sky that's going on right now. From our AAA Systems live cam in downtown Bowling Green, it was a gorgeous sunset, and now night has fallen across the area. And skies are mainly clear, but we will see a few high clouds as we go through the next several hours. After a high today of 41, falling 5 degrees below the normal of 46, and 36 was our low temperature this morning. As we get into tonight, it'll be mainly clear and still a little bit of a breeze, especially toward morning, but we'll see a low of 35. We've got several systems headed our way for the weekend and beyond. I'll take a look at that in detail in just a few minutes. Morgan.
All right, Chris, and with those upcoming concerns for some winter weather, Warren RECC says they are prepared for any outages that might happen. Preparation for any storm is an ongoing effort. They tell us maintenance takes place all year long. Vehicles are made ready. Equipment is constantly tested. Warehouses are stocked. In the case there is a power outage, experts recommend keeping phones charged and having a flashlight and batteries on hand.
We have utmost confidence in the grid. We have talked to our power provider, which is TVA. They have recently, in the last year, spent about $120 million, I think it's 123, on upgrading their generation fleet and doing all sorts of maintenance. So something like last year's Winter Storm Elliott does not happen again.
Experts also recommend being energy efficient, resealing windows that are not airtight, closing the blinds, and most importantly, keeping that warm air in. And we're continuing our coverage of a story that we first brought you last night. A woman is dead, her husband in police custody after a shooting in Warren County. The Warren County Sheriff's Office got a call last night from someone out of state who was reporting a domestic violence incident on Bluebell Way, saying a gun may be involved. Deputies say when they arrived, they found Mary Thomas dead inside the home. Now the Sheriff's Office says they have arrested 76-year-old Terry Ernest Thomas. You see him on your screen right now. He's arrested in connection with the death of his wife. Thomas is currently being held in the Warren County Detention Center. News 40 will continue to follow this developing story and bring you more details as they're released. More local news now. Bowling Green and Warren County's immigrant and refugee population has been a major driver for employers in the area. But just how much of an impact did this past year make? Well, News 40 reporter Tucker Covey spoke with the people at South Central Workforce Development Board to learn more.
At the South Central Workforce Development Board, big things are happening, especially now that they were able to obtain funding for a full-time New American Workforce Navigator.
I really believe that we were able to make, we can say, a mix, between that we work inside the community, with the community, respecting their values and cultures, and on the other hand, introduce and help them to introduce this new society that has a new system for us.
This respect has seen the office get visits from immigrants and refugees from across the U.S. Word of mouth has brought many of them right here to South Central Kentucky to work and grow their families.
We offer the possibility, we prepare them, to go at the permanent job. That is our goal for them. For New Americans communities, and on the other hand, we work directly with different companies, and these companies believe that New American are the new possibility employees for them.
Much of the industry here is perfect for New Americans, and the market is becoming competitive with new manufacturing on the horizon for the area, and Warren is the epicenter. Anna was a big part of it.
She saw over 1,000 people come in here, and she provided career services to them. She helped them with resumes, interviews, a lot of soft skills training, setting expectations for how, what to expect in the workforce. From those 1,000 people, they were referred out to over 3,700 different employers, and we are tracking almost 600 of those folks landed employment.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Tucker Covey, WNKY News 40.
All right, Tucker. Well, the holidays can be mentally draining and financially draining as well. They may leave you needing a plan to pay off that holiday debt. It can be easy to lose track of what you're spending when you are mindlessly swiping that credit card. Experts say spending money you haven't earned yet can be dangerous. It is important to first evaluate why you may be in a position of debt and make sure you don't get further into debt.
Staying out of debt requires staying on top of the expenses that you have and making sure that you've got a plan for them. The other thing is to build an emergency fund, to have 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses.
And when budgeting, experts recommend being proactive and aware of what payments you will have rather than reactive and making payments as they come. And in health news now, an organization is working to create a healthier community. We look to the Barren River area to focus on one nonprofit that you might not be aware of. The Bright Coalition is made up of different sectors that are all working to make a healthier Barren River District area. They partner with organizations like Med Center, Barren County Public Library, and the health departments, coming together to strategize ways to bring better initiatives to the region. They focus on things like nutrition, education, and mental health. This nonprofit is always looking for more members. Anyone can participate.
We also work with full activity group and diabetes group. We've got substance use. Those are all different areas. So if anybody that has an interest in any of those topics they're passionate about, they should come join Bright and see how they can help improve health outcomes in the area.
For more information, you can visit the Bright Coalition's Facebook page or their website that is on the bottom of your screen right now. That is brightcoalition.org. McCarty also said to be on the lookout for their community-wide survey. They will be putting that online soon. And during this busy season and with everyone traveling, it can be easy to ignore the critical time that we are in when it comes to donating blood. Donating blood is one of the easiest ways to be someone's hero. Experts say the need for blood is on the rise. The amount of people donating is declining at an even faster rate, especially during this time of year.
It is we are in a critical state right now as far as the local blood supply goes. December, January, always the two worst months of the entire year for blood donations.
Recently, Blood Assurance had less than a day's supply of blood on their shelf. With a single donation, you can save 3 lives. For information on where blood drives are located, you can visit this story on our website later tonight. That is WNKY.com. The American Cancer Society estimates that roughly 2 million Americans would be diagnosed with cancer last year. In that time, more than 690,000 people would die of the disease, but early detection can save lives. In tonight's Health Minute, the top 5 cancer screenings that you should set up this year. Weapons against a potentially life-threatening disease. Screenings can detect cancer early.
Many cancers found with screening techniques are actually quite curable.
The American Cancer Society says the top 5 cancer screenings to set up in 2024 start with a mammogram. The organization recommends women at age 40 start talking to their doctor about scheduling one. By age 45, every woman should have an annual mammogram. Women with a higher risk of breast cancer may need screening earlier.
And women that are younger, often with dense breast, may need additional testing even beyond a mammogram.
Next, set up a colorectal cancer screening. For people who aren't at high risk based on factors like family history or a previous polyp, there's a home test. Those at average risk or higher should get a colonoscopy starting at age 45. Your test results will dictate how often the screening is needed. Third, prostate cancer screening. That's recommended for men starting between ages 45 and 50. And by age 50, it should be an annual discussion with their doctor. African Americans and others at higher risk for this disease may need screening as early as age 40. Fourth, screening for cervical cancer, which is most often caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV.
Women should start by age 25, have an HPV test.
That test can be done at the same time as a patient's pap smear. Finally, set up a lung cancer screening, starting at age 50 for smokers or former smokers with a 20-pack year history. Switching gears now, Miss Kentucky Mallory Hudson is competing for the Miss America title this Sunday. Several groups in Bowling Green are supporting the Miss America hopeful by hosting watch parties this weekend. Down Syndrome of South Central Kentucky is going above and beyond to support Mallory as much as she supports them.
She has done inclusive stages. This has taught our guys a lot of acting skills. It has taught them to work on how to be a professional in a lot of different situations. They just love her so much, and she has always jumped to help us at any of our events, anything that we ask her to do. We want to show her some support right back.
You can attend the Down Syndrome of South Central Kentucky watch party for free. The Public Theater of Kentucky is also hosting a watch party. For more information on how you can support, visit our website later tonight. That's WNKY.com. Well, still to come on News 40 at 6, House Republicans held the first impeachment hearing for Homeland Security Secretary today. The latest details, including what he's being accused of, in just a bit. But first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is back after the break with a full look at our forecast. That's coming up next.
WNKY News 40, broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green. WNKY News 40 is helping find forever homes for shelter pets. Watch Pet of the Day on News 40 Sunrise and News 40 at noon to meet your new best friend. Pet of the Day, brought to you by Morgantown Bank and Trust. Discover new opportunities.
Allen, and the sun has gone down. It's getting a little crisp out there.
Yeah, we're going to see temperatures in the 30s, but not as much wind.
That's good.
So it's not going to feel as chilly as it did last night, which is certainly good news. As we take a look from live cam, we're pointing at Reservoir Hill, or otherwise known as Hospital Hill, too, because that used to be the old hospital there, right next to the beautiful red, white, and blue water tower, right up the hill from our studios here downtown Bowling Green. A mainly clear sky. We have some high clouds that are kind of passing us by right now, but nothing coming from those clouds. A weak cold front's going to pass by tonight and just produce the clouds. We're not going to see anything else. 38 is the temperature right now with a southeast wind light at 3, so the wind chill is only 36. The difference last night, we had those 20, 30, even 40 mile per hour winds, and even though we got down into the 30s, it made it feel like it was only in the 20s. Barometer rising a bit, 29.79, and continuing to climb as high pressure is in control. But we do have this weak boundary that is going to slip on here tonight through the area pretty much unnoticed. It may produce a few clouds and a little bit of a breeze from the south and west by early tomorrow morning, and that's going to keep our temperatures up a bit as that low is now, or will be, over the Great Lakes as we move through time. As we get into the day tomorrow, mainly sunny, but here comes the next system, the first in a series of systems that is going to affect us as we not only get into the weekend, but also much of next week. Now, the first system is a fairly warm system with all that southwesterly wind being transported in and around the low. Yes, it's going to get windy again. Yes, it's going to get rainy again as we get into late tomorrow night and into Friday. And there is a possibility of some stronger thunderstorms with this system as we get into Friday afternoon and evening, especially if we get a break from the first round and then the second round on the backside of the high, or the low pressure system, I should say, not the high. And then those westerly winds will start to come in with slightly colder air on the backside of that low. So Thursday night into Friday, the rough weather will be down toward the Gulf of Mexico and out into southern Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, even part of Mississippi. Still some severe weather threat there with the abundant Gulf moisture, but it moves a little further east. On Friday, a marginal risk that we could see a few strong storms out of that. And as far as rainfall, looks like we're going to pick up about another ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain Thursday night into Friday. And then we get another break before the really cold stuff begins to hit at the beginning of next week. 35 and mainly clear, a little breezy toward morning tonight, and then tomorrow we go 53 and sunny. But then here's the next system. Friday, windy, rainy, stormy, and then colder air begins to come in. In fact, the coldest air of the season and the coldest since 2022 moves in with teens for highs, single digits for lows, and a little better chance of seeing all snow as we get into Sunday and Monday. Here's what's coming up tonight on CBS 40.
Severe weather can happen at any moment. WNKY News 40 weather is here to prepare you before the storm hits. On air, online, and on your phone, News 40 keeps you safe and weather aware. Powered by Buck Electric and Freedom Contracting.
Celebrate 2 years of big fun all January at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win up to $3,000 cash in the Kashinko drawings Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
Dude, you seen this new video?
That's good.
Being forced to watch a 10-minute video is hard. Hiring Morgan & Morgan for your injury is easy.
Oh, that's the wrong video.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, is easy. Do you have a wet basement with an awful smell? USS is here to help. As the soil around your home becomes saturated, pressure pushes water through the tiniest cracks in your walls and floor. This can affect the air quality in your home and lead to structural damage. USS will find the source of the problem and design a customized waterproofing solution, transforming your basement into a drier, healthier space. Visit uss-ky.com for a free estimate.
We'll guarantee our best. Call USS.
At Chandler Park Dental Care,
We want you to leave us feeling cared for, confident in your smile, and in better health than when you arrived.
call today to schedule an appointment and experience the comprehensive and trusted care you deserve.
A false start, a fumble snap, the wrong read. In football, these kinds of mistakes are costly. That's why the Titans practice so hard, so that one little misstep doesn't cost them a win. After a car crash, don't ruin your injury claim by making the wrong move with the insurance company. Call Hughes and Coleman. We've dialed up winning plays for thousands here in Titans country, and we're ready to fight for you. Call Hughes and Coleman, the official injury lawyers of the Tennessee Titans. 800-800-4600.
Name something with a diamond in it.
Diamondback route tonight.
It's in the name. Name a low-calorie food you might make your edible underwear out of.
Salmon. Watch it weeknights. Share it the next day.
Wild caught Norwegian teriyaki.
Sharing the fun. Weeknights at 5 and 6:30 on CBS 40.
Kelly Clarkson!
Every weekday, it's Kelly from New York.
Weekdays at 3 on NBC 40.
House Republicans held the first impeachment hearing for the Homeland Security Secretary to date. Skylar Henry explains.
House Republicans left little doubt about what they plan to do with Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas.
We're going to impeach him. He's going to be impeached. And he should be.
Democrats say Republicans are using the impeachment hearing to attack the Biden administration's border policies, which Mayorkas is in charge of.
You cannot impeach a cabinet secretary because you don't like a president's policies. That's not what impeachment's for.
Republicans say Mayorkas has neglected his duties.
Secretary Mayorkas has brazenly refused to enforce the laws passed by Congress and enacted policies that knowingly make our country less safe.
In the history of the country, only one secretary has ever been impeached, and a constitutional expert testified that the high crimes and misdemeanors